Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back, guys. Hope you guys are all doing great. Alhamdulillah, everything is good with me. And today I'm going to be talking about the pros and cons of studying here in Egypt. Is it worth coming out here and taking the journey? What are some things that you should be thinking about before you come? And things along those lines. Hope you guys enjoy. So the first thing I want to talk about is the affordability while studying here in Egypt. While you're here in Egypt studying, it's not as expensive as studying would be in the US or in other Western countries. But in here in Egypt, alhamdulillah, if you save and work for some time, you can come here and study. And you don't have to worry about working while you're studying. So you can take all your free time and all your time to focus on studying and learning the Arabic and memorize Quran and continue with your studies. So that's a big thing while studying here in Egypt is the affordable living cost. Number two is the vast opportunities here to learn the Arabic language. There's plenty of Arabic learning centers and teachers all over Egypt. So when you come here to Egypt, you won't have a problem finding a teacher or finding any learning centers or even a teacher to read for Quran, because there's plenty of knowledge here. You have to come and grab it when you come here and take advantage of it. Another pro of studying here in Egypt is the diversity. There's plenty of students from all over, from the UK, from Europe, from America, from Asian countries. So when you come here, you get to experience a lot of different cultures and communicate and meet a lot of people while you guys are both on the same path in studying. So it's kind of nice to meet new brothers and have, make new friends and experience, different cultures with them. Another benefit and pro of studying here is that you kind of develop this independency. Usually when you're back home, in your home country, in your hometown, you live probably, most likely if you're like around my age, maybe you live with family or you're close with family, and family kind of helps you a lot with everything. For me, my family was helping me with whatever it may be. I was living with my family before I came here. So I was kind of dependent on my family and they're dependent on me. So now that I'm here in Egypt, I have to be independent, I have to take care of myself, I have to do everything myself. And it kind of helps you grow as a person as well. So that's another pro while studying here in Egypt. Another pro is there's a lot of different kinds of foods out here that's kind of nice to try and to go experience while you're here in Egypt. And there's a lot of nice fancy places to go and visit. And like if you want to visit the pyramids and if you want to visit different kind of foods, there's whatever you think of, they have it here for different kind of like culture foods. So it's very nice and I enjoy it. Another big pro of studying here in Egypt is that wherever you are, there's always going to be a masjid close by. So you will never have a problem with trying to pray your prayers, all your prayers inside the masjid. So for me, alhamdulillah, the masjid is literally like maybe not even a minute walk from me from where I'm living now. So alhamdulillah, I'm able to pray my prayers in the masjid. And even for my classes, or if I go to the gym, or if I want to go anywhere else, there's usually a masjid always available. And you would always hear the adhan. It's always nice to hear the adhan when it's time to pray and you know that, okay, now you make your way towards the masjid and it's not too far away now. When I'm in the US, maybe I have to drive 10 to 15 minutes to go to my closest masjid. And I can't even think about ever walking. Here, I'm able to walk 5 minutes and I'm at the next masjid, wherever it may be. Alhamdulillah, it's a big blessing here in Egypt. Some cons while studying here in Egypt is that the weather could be very hot for some people if they're not used to the heat, or if their home country has never get to these kind of heat level, It's manageable if you have AC, like a nice AC in your home. However, some places, they don't come with that. Unless you pay extra to buy your own AC, or the rent, you go to a place that already has it installed, and the rent is gonna be like a third more. So like for me, my rent, I pay only 100, but it didn't come with the AC. For a room that has AC, maybe I would pay 150 a month. So it is a big jump. However, that AC would be very nice. But for me, I was able to adjust to it. So it wasn't that big of an issue for me. I bought a little fan and I'm able to manage with that, alhamdulillah. Another con could be the cleanliness. It's not, you may find garbage or random like just trash all around the floors whenever you're walking, or everything is not going to be as clean as you would expect it to be some places. Near me, sometimes there's garbage, trash everywhere, and for me, it's not a big deal breaker for me, but it is something that you should think about. Another thing is the standards of living. Some places, their finishing might not be as nice as what you expect. The bathroom might be not the same as what you expect. So that's another thing you want to make sure you're thinking about when you're making your trip here, if you're thinking about studying. To make sure that you understand that it's not going to be the same standards as the US. You may find places like that, however, it may be a little bit more expensive, and if you can afford it, then no problem. Another con that you should think about is that sometimes there's people that want to take advantage of you if they know that you're from the West. So that's one thing you always have to make sure you're like paying attention whenever you're getting in a tuk-tuk or you're buying something from a local shop. Sometimes they may raise the price on you because they know, or they can just tell from you or you speak English that they may raise the price on you. So that's one con that I wish wouldn't happen, but they would need to make their ends meet, and even though it's not right, it happens. So that's something that you should think about when you come here. Another thing, sometimes people could be rude while walking around. They may say some things to you. Maybe you don't know, maybe you understand. But for me, I usually just mind my business. I don't get into any arguments with people, because over here, sometimes it could happen. It happens with Egyptians sometimes, but for me, it never really happened to me. But I notice sometimes they do get in arguments, they do yell, but that happens everywhere, so that's not nothing new, but that's just one thing that you should be mindful of. Another con is sometimes you can get lonely here while studying in Egypt. Because for me, I'm away from my family. I had never been away from my family for this long. Usually, maybe if I leave anywhere, I'd go maybe a couple weeks to a month. But this is the first time really where I was like left my family for now it's been about almost 4 to 6 months. So it's been a long time. So for me, sometimes you miss your family, you miss talking with them and things like that. But I talk to them on the phone, and it's okay. It's enough for me to just catch up with them on the phone once or twice a week. But that's something that does sometimes can get to people when they're away from their family for a long period of time and they're just alone. They feel like they're alone. But for me, I surround myself with brothers. I go do different things. I go to the gym. I go to jiu-jitsu. I go hang out and spend time with my other friends. So it's not too bad. But that's one thing that could happen. You get kind of lonely sometimes. You could lose motivation, but you have to make sure that you stay focused on your goal. Why did you come here? What's their purpose? What do you want to gain? And then you make a plan and you attack that plan. So that's one thing to think about, to make sure that when you do come here, that you have a plan and you stay focused on that plan, and you make sure you stay focused on that plan and stay disciplined, because it's easy to lose motivation. And I've heard stories where a lot of people, sometimes they come for a little bit and then they leave, But you want to make sure you come here with a plan, you stay motivated, you stay consistent, and you surround yourself with other brothers, because it helps you want to push more, helps you bring you closer, and it helps you grow. Being surrounded with other brothers who are also like-minded, that's learning the language, that's learning more about the deen, that's just trying to strive to do better. It's good to surround yourself with those kind of people, because then you become one of them. So that's about the things that I can think about at the moment, about the pros and cons here while studying. I'm really enjoying my time here. I'm able to do all the things I wanted to do and accomplish the things I wanted to accomplish. I'm learning my Arabic, I'm increasing in my Quran memorization. I'm able to go to the gym. I'm able to eat healthy, as much eat what I like. And alhamdulillah, I'm doing it all at affordable cost while continuing my studies in the US for college. So it's a big blessing, alhamdulillah. And I think more people should come out and take the trip here. At first, it may be hard to first leave your home, but once you leave, you're never gonna regret it, and you're gonna enjoy your time here. So thank you guys for watching. And if you guys have any questions, let me know. If you have any recommendations of what you guys want to see here, let me know. And assalamu alaikum.